mark being old ladies, I wrote be more scrappy. It is fun. Okay? So I think it was Michelle and Julie were like, I don't know, they were like being real like naggy, and it was fun. They stood out, but everyone else was kind of just like, take a little whatever. Be like, I don't know. It's more fun when you're scrappy. Okay. I thought Abby and Dallas and Shikupi, I wrote yes. Follow that. That is the scrappy I'm talking about. With the face, they were like into it. Their feet were beautiful. Their hands were beautiful. So if you are like, well, I don't, dancing's not my thing. I can't be like them. Their face is what I'm saying. They were like all into that. That was great. And Kenneth Ward was saying that freeze over here at the end was glorious. I was laughing at, I think, John Paul, because he was like, making some face. But I had no idea what these guys are doing, and I'm like, oh, they're kissing. Oh, okay, that's the end.
I missed that.
And it sounded beautiful, the two of you. The singing was great, but I was like so not distracted. I was just enjoying what was over there, and I missed this. So, yeah, it's good. So yeah, like I said, just general, the choreography it was given to you, and just because it may look simple, because it's just arms and movements, witness is a little out of sync, makes a real difference. So that's all I had to say. Good. I don't really like the music man. This was great. This was great. I'm just being honest. I mean, if you can make me smile for a show I don't really like, you did something really good. So, awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess we're going to go out of order a little bit. I was asked to look and watch and listen for some vocal music things. So, first of all, the composer of The Music Man thought that people don't have to breathe, right? You guys never get to breathe. There's never any time to breathe. All of that stuff, it's like gone, and by the time you're done, you want to be like, and you're sitting in the audience, and we feel like we can't breathe, okay? So what you need to remember to do is to consciously breathe in the same place every time, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's a spoken rhythm, like in the train at the beginning, or if it's something that, pick a little, talk a little, right? Because when you're walking around like a normal human being, you just breathe kind of whenever your body says, hey, breathe, okay? But you can't do that when you're singing, and there are a couple of you where I was like, oh, are they going to make it? Are they going to? Okay, they made it, okay? And so you guys got to think about that a little bit now. You know all your words, you know all your rhythms, you know all your harmonies, that's all great, but you've got to think about breathing, which is abnormal, okay? And so some of you have been doing this long enough that you know I have to breathe in the same place every time. If you're not doing that now, make an effort to do that, okay? With the train, that thing is so cool, right? Do you guys enjoy doing that? Yes. Yeah, and it's so what you need to do, though, is get the tempo, that heartbeat needs to be in your head before you even walk out onto the stage. Because it took just a second before we kind of all clicked together. Do you guys feel that? Where it's kind of like pulling a little bit? Okay, there's some spots where it's supposed to do that. It slows down and it picks up. But it shouldn't be doing that right at the beginning. So if you guys need to do that before you go on stage, to get it in your brain, because it's at the beginning, and you're excited when you walk out on stage, and what tends to happen is your adrenaline gets pumping, and the train is going to like derail. It's going to be gone, okay? And you guys don't want that to happen right at the beginning. And I could feel the further into the show you got, the more comfortable you got, and it started to kind of lock in. But if you, for a lack of better words, if you railroad yourself right at the beginning, okay, you're going to have a problem getting back on to where you need to be. Okay? If you have a line in the train, you need to cheat out towards the audience. If you turn your head too far away, we lose your sound. Okay? And diction, I had that written in mine right away too. You need to enunciate when you're speaking and when you're singing. I could understand most of it, but the faster it gets, the harder it is to understand. So you should be enunciating so much that you're giving the person across from you a shower, okay? I know that's gross, but like you should need to do this when you're done, okay? All right. The goodnight thing between Amaryllis and Marion, that's so pretty. Anna, don't be afraid to sing out just a little bit more, okay? It's a big recording, and she's singing her heart out, and it's a little bit lower, so it can get hidden, and I know that you can sing it. So I'm sitting right here. You want the people back behind me to be able to hear you. So just a little bit more. And if it's too much, they'll let you know. Okay. Where boys that sing the ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Okay, that's so cool. There's not a girl alive who doesn't like it when boys sing, okay? And that's, am I right? Yeah. Okay, so that's supposed to be that first moment where everybody's like, oh, okay? And it started out, and then you guys, I could feel that you were like, are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it? Am I right? Yeah? Okay? And I know, you've probably been working your butts off on that, because that 4-part stuff with no accompaniment is super, super tricky, okay? And you're doing a great job with it, so own it. Okay, that is your ice cream, okay? You just stand there, and you just sing it like you mean it, because otherwise it's kind of like, are we going to get the chord? Yay! Okay, and you were a little afraid of it, and once you got it, you were fine. Okay, so don't be afraid of it, because you know what you're doing. And if you're still feeling uncomfortable at the beginning of rehearsals, come a little early and run through that together, okay? Keep doing it. Alright, my pick a little, talk a little girls. That's one of those spots where you never get to breathe. You're supposed to like breathe through your ears or something, right? So the part that, this is really nitpicky, but it's the pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, what is it? Pick a lot, talk a little more, right? Talk a little more. You're like running out of air at the very end of it. So you've got to push your air through to the end and then pick up and move on, because I feel like it's a little bit of a hiccup every time you start again, okay? That's super nitpicky, but I know that if you think about it, you can fix it, okay? The Wells Fargo Wagon is really cool. Those harmonies are super nice, and that was the most confident from the beginning to there. That was, all of a sudden it was like, oh, harmony, they like this one, okay? So start that confidence at the beginning of the show. Oh, always know where the melody is, though, when you got those harmonies. In the Wells Fargo Wagon, there's something, like a bunch of you were singing ah, and then somebody else is going, the Wells Fargo Wagon, is it right? We started to lose that, okay? So people, when you get to like ah, I know that's easy, but don't knock everybody else over with it, okay? It's like, oh, this is easy, I'm gonna sing loud. Okay, don't do that. It's good, and it's in tune, and that's all great, but we can't lose the words. Alright, good. And then, okay, here's my biggest thing. When you're using recorded music, it's really hard. Because if you get ahead or you get behind, the recording can't follow you, right? So, what you guys need to do, it happened a couple of times where you get ahead or you get behind. You guys did the right thing. You waited for it to catch up with you before you moved on. If that happens, that's what you need to do. But listen for it. Okay, it's not like when you do a show and there's a piano player who can follow you if you jump ahead, okay? It's not smart enough to do that. It can't. Okay, and it happened, oh, Sam, it happened to you a little bit in the first one where you got spoken lines. It happened until there was you also. So just be really, really careful that you guys find that heartbeat of the recording, because it's going to be the same every time. And that's such a beautiful duet that you don't let it end too soon, because all of a sudden it doesn't build with the recording, and then it's like, oh, okay? Because you guys sound really, really nice together. I like that a lot, so just go back and listen to that. I think you guys have done a lot of good prep on the vocal stuff. I know this is all really nitpicky stuff, but this kind of music, there's all sorts of really, you wouldn't think it's so tricky, but it's really tricky. So you guys are doing a nice job with it. You know it. You know the words, so now just really think about the detail. Okay? I hope you guys have a good time when you go. Thank you.
The reason we went out of order and I let Shannon go was because she focused on music, Erin focused on dance, and Warren focused on acting. And then I thought, well, I'll just look for general quirky things in presentation that I think I could pick out. And my brain works that way, so I think I really hit the nail on the head. So, first of all, the Music Man doesn't happen without you. You are the Music Man, okay? And you did an excellent job. I think you can be a little bit more of a troublemaker, though. I mean, you're going there with a purpose. You already know what's going to happen to this town before you get there, right? I mean, you've done it so many times. So don't hold back. I think you did a great job, and I'm going to talk about that at the end. So, this train shot, I love the train. The kids that were in the train, I loved all the rapping stuff you were doing. I could see everyone in the train. I love the newspapers. I think that helped establish you, like Erin said, as a person on the train and not the train. The only thing I questioned was the girl that was drumming, because I couldn't see you. because you were hiding behind everyone, and is there a way that we can see you and be part of the train and drum? I don't know if you're there so that they can all, so you're holding, I know you're holding a group together, but it bothered me that you were hiding.
She is there to hold the group together.
Okay.
Originally, we were looking to get somebody that could be visible, but we couldn't figure it out.
Oh, okay.
So we tried to hide her. You think that's gonna bother them?
It bothered me because I could see everyone else. I could see what their function was and what their job was. So maybe if she just scooched around to the side of the box somehow, or had her back to me, rather than physically not even being able to see her, because I was looking for her. I was like, who's doing that? And it bothered me that I could see every other part of the train and I couldn't see her, and it took me a while to find her.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, it was perfect, but I didn't know if she was there so she could see people that we couldn't. Yeah, but I wanted to see her, because she has a huge job in that scene. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out. See, quirky stuff that no one else would do. I love the run through after trouble and how everyone spun, like you spun them, but I loved it so much that it happened so fast, I wish it could happen slower. Because I really enjoyed that. It was like, wow, that's cool. So I don't know if there's a way for you to make that happen slower and that we can all enjoy it more and you can enjoy it more, because that was really cool. I love that stuff. Anything that happens in a wave, I'm all for. I love the piano setup. It was brilliant. And that being said, I'm wondering if the kids on the sides could be more of the house without being distracting. Like if you could be a window or something, I don't know. And that's a general, because the piano was brilliant. And then there's kids standing on the side of it. I thought, well, obviously those are the walls of the house. Could they be the house without being distracted? I don't know. I love the shoe untying. It was really obvious that you were being a troublemaker, okay? And we could totally see it. That was nicely done. The mayor line, I couldn't understand what you were saying. I loved your vocal inflection. I loved how you said it, but I couldn't understand it. And maybe it's just because I was doing it. But I just, if you could enunciate a little bit more. Professor Hill, in the whole Bunyan line or whatever, can you be even more outrageous? I mean, we know what you're doing, but oh, but don't move. Oh, that's brilliant. You know, just really take it over the top. I love the bumping into each other before Goodnight Ladies that the gentleman did. That was really, I really enjoyed it, and I can tell you enjoyed it too. Ladies, cheap, cheap, cheap. Could you move your arms a little sooner? I knew you were going to do it eventually, but could it happen while you're back? You know, could you flap your arms? Because you were in the bird position. I just wish you would flap your arms. Okay? Because I knew it was coming. Wells Fargo Wagon, I loved how you were in the back. Could there be more levels? Could someone other than Ethan be up on someone's shoulders like you're looking? Because Ethan's always on people's shoulders. I know why. And could someone be just down on the ground? You know, like you're trying to see, but everyone's in your way. Shapupi, I love the changes in the new movement and choreography. That was really brilliant. It was dance we hadn't seen before. I loved how the mayor quit the dance early and really established his character. I couldn't wait to see what you were going to do. Because it was obvious, okay, that you were like, oh, I just can't wait to get over there and fix this. After the parlor, the fight between Mary and Professor Hill was great, and I loved the mother's reactions. That was really nice. After the parlor, when all of you came in to be the Grecian urn, I thought that transition was a little awkward because you were just trying to get to your places. And it was the first time that I saw you as you and not you as part of the scene. You know what I mean? It was like, you're like, okay, we're done, quick, let's go. And then you were acting. And I wish you could spin into position more and be like, oh, this is, you know, does that make sense? Okay, 76 trombones, great. I love the opening transition, great vocals. I loved it all around. I loved how each group of you flowed through the group of everyone else without causing any trouble, you know, without interfering. It was just brilliant. And then, Lisa, in general, when the kids are forming lines on the side, I wonder if they could do more of the scenery without being distracting. Like if it's outdoor, I don't know.
Yeah, that's our only, when we're in a situation like this, that is our offstage. The only offstage acting thing we have is to stand like that.
And I mean, I'm just being really picky because there was nothing else to pick on.
So you would like our offstage people to be
something.
Scenery.
Scenery. Or just, you know, if they're smart enough to come up with something. But like if they're in the house, just form a window. I don't know.
We originally were going to do that and then we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you need to focus on what's being focused
Right.
on. If the kids on the side have nothing else to do, maybe they could try something and you'd be like, no, just stand there. You know, because these kids are brilliant. And then the main question that you brought up was, can we tell the story from beginning to end? And this is what I got. The music man, the story was evident. He came on a train, he caused a lot of trouble, he fell in love, he upset the town, he made a difference in the town, and they all lived happily ever after. Yeah,
Thank you.
and it worked. That's it, that's all I have.